The studio lights glowed brightly over the polished set of Live with Kelly Mark, capturing every detail of the morning's broadcast. The audience clapped with enthusiastic energy as the cameras panned across the crowd, then settled on the hosts seated at their signature glass table. Kelly Reaper flashed her practiced smile, elegant and composed as ever, while Mark Consuelos leaned comfortably in his chair, clearly at ease in his domain. Today's show promised to be special. The guest seated across from them was Meghan Markle. She adjusted her posture, smoothing down the fabric of her dress as the applause tapered off. Meghan's smile looked deliberate, almost rehearsed, and she tilted her head slightly as though aware of the scrutiny from both the live audience and countless viewers watching at home. The air carried a tension, subtle but undeniable, as though everyone in the room anticipated something unscripted might happen. Kelly leaned forward first, her voice warm but edged with curiosity. "We're so excited to have you here, Meghan. It's been a while since you've done a morning show, hasn't it?" Meghan nodded politely. "Yes, it has. It feels great to be back, to reconnect with people in a more casual setting." Her words came smoothly, the kind of polished response one would expect. The audience gave a light cheer, but Mark's expression shifted as he prepared his next remark. His tone carried a sharper undertone, though masked behind a smile. "Well, we're glad you made the time. It must be hard to fit us in between a broken bar, let's say, photo ops and all the press." A ripple moved through the crowd. Some gasped lightly, others chuckled, unsure if it was a joke or something more. Meghan's smile faltered for just a fraction of a second before she regained composure. Kelly glanced quickly at her husband, the kind of look that suggested caution, but she said nothing. The moment belonged to Meghan and how she would respond. Meghan clasped her hands together on the table, keeping her voice steady. "I'm here today because I value conversations like these. I think it's important to share openly." Mark tilted his head, feigning innocence. Of course, just making sure your schedule isn't too full for us." The laughter from the audience carried longer this time, and though Meghan continued to smile, the sting of the comment hung heavily in the air. The scene was set a subtle humiliation wrapped in charm, broadcast live for everyone to witness. The atmosphere inside the studio had shifted ever so slightly after Mark's earlier remark. The audience sensed it, leaning forward in their seats with the eager curiosity that always followed tension on live television. Meghan, while keeping her smile in place, subtly adjusted the way she sat, crossing one leg over the other as if grounding herself. The stage lights caught the gleam in her eyes, a mixture of control and discomfort. Kelly, ever the professional, tried to redirect the mood. She leaned toward Meghan, her voice calm and practiced. "So Meghan, you've had such a unique journey from acting to becoming part of the royal family, and now carving out your own projects. What has that transition really been like for you?" Meghan took a measured breath before answering. Her voice carried warmth and conviction. "It's been challenging, of course, but also empowering. I've learned that stepping into new chapters means letting go of others. It's about growth, and about staying true to who you are, no matter the noise around you." The crowd clapped supportively, some nodding, appreciating her words. For a brief moment, Meghan seemed to reclaim her footing. Yet Mark leaned forward again, his elbows resting on the table, eyes fixed on her. His smile had the sharpness of someone preparing another pointed remark. "Well," he said, pausing for effect, "some might say the noise is the part you've chosen. After all, it feels like every time we turn on the TV or check a head-linear broken bar you are." A ripple of laughter, mixed with a few gasps, spread through the studio. The audience wasn't entirely sure if they were meant to laugh or feel uncomfortable, but the delivery had landed with enough bite to make them react. Meghan's fingers pressed lightly together in her lap. She kept her chin raised, her expression calm. "When you step into the public eye, it comes with responsibility. I believe in using that platform to create positive change, even if it means facing criticism along the way." Mark nodded slowly, feigning agreement, though his tone carried a faint trace of mockery. "Positive change, right. Well, I suppose as long as people keep talking, that counts for something." Kelly gave a quick laugh, trying to smooth the tension, but the exchange had already left its mark. Meghan's grace in holding steady contrasted sharply with Mark's barbed delivery, and the audience felt the clash play out in real time. Suspended in the glow of the studio lights. The cameras zoomed in slightly, capturing the tension at the table. By now, the audience was fully engrossed, whispering softly between reactions, caught between amusement and discomfort at the exchange's unfolding. Meghan maintained her composure, every movement deliberate, her hands neatly folded as she faced the hosts. The polished set gleamed under the lights, but the atmosphere carried a weight that even the cheerful backdrop couldn't mask. Kelly cleared her throat, attempting once more to shift the focus toward safer ground. Meghan, let's talk about your latest project. You've been working on some exciting new ventures, right? Her tone was bright, her smile urging Meghan to seize the moment. Meghan nodded, the relief subtle but visible. Yes, I've been dedicating my energy to projects that spotlight women's voices, creating platforms where those stories can be heard and amplified. It's something I'm very passionate about. The audience applauded warmly, the kind of response that suggested support. Meghan leaned into that energy, her voice steady, almost regaining her rhythm. But just as the clapping began to fade, Mark leaned back in his chair, his expression carrying that same mischievous edge from earlier. That's great, he said casually, pausing before his words cut deeper. But some people out there might say you spend more time talking about change than actually making it happen. The air in the studio shifted instantly. A mixture of laughter and uneasy murmurs rose from the audience, the kind of reaction that revealed both entertainment and discomfort. Kelly shot Mark another quick glance, her smile faltering for just a moment before she turned it back on for the cameras. Meghan's smile stayed fixed, though the strain was clear if one looked closely. She straightened in her chair, her voice calm but edged with quiet determination. Real change isn't measured by headlines or popularity. It's measured by the lives you touch, the opportunities you help create, and the barriers you break down. That's the work I'm focused on. The audience erupted in applause this time, louder and more sustained than before, clearly moved by her words. Yet Mark, still leaning back, offered only a smirk. Well, as long as you believe it, that's what matters. The laughter that followed was mixed, some supportive, others uncertain. Meghan kept her gaze steady, refusing to let the remark define her. In that moment, the contrast was starker, her poise against his jabs, her composure against his smirk. And though the show rolled on, the sting of humiliation lingered, captured on live television for all to see.